Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us for today's event. My name is Mohammed Shuman from Kotra, Doha. Today we are going to talk about the defense and military sector in Qatar. Let's start by talking about the country's political background. From a social unrest and political violence risk perspective, Qatar is one of the most stable and safe operating environment in the MENA region. This is because there are few major flashpoints for social unrest or political violence in the market, and displays of social unrest or mass protests are uncommon. For Qatar defense market overview, despite the substantial economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, defense expenditure in Qatar will remain on an upward trend, as Qatar manages one of the most ambitious military modernization programs globally. The Qatar Armed Forces will continue to rely on foreign military and direct commercial sales. For the key development programs, Qatar has approached Turkey, where it asked to station around 35 of its new warplanes and transporters under a 5-year-long temporary deployment agreement. The Qatari military is sponsoring an initiative to create a vast network of military training facilities and programs focused on supporting the recent defense purchases. For Qatar Defense Power, we start with Qatar Air Power, which considered is one of the top areas where the Qatari government is putting their stakes in. In August 2018, Qatar announced the construction of a new airbase to be named after Emir Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, in addition to the new airbase Al Udeid Airbase, and Doha International Airbase are to be expanded in order to accommodate aircraft on order. For Qatar Land Forces, since April 2015, when the National Service Law entered into force, Qatar has made it mandatory for Qatari citizens to be conscripted in the army until April 2018. Qatari men between the ages of 18 and 35 must train in the military for at least 3 months if they are college graduates, and 4 months if they are high school diplomas, or have dropped out of school. In April 2018, amid the Gulf crisis, Qatar allowed female Qatari citizens to join the army and extended compulsory military service to 1 year. With this step, the state of Qatar has sought to increase its limited manpower for the armed forces. According to Law No. 5 of 2018 on Compulsory National Service Program, issued by the Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, on April 4, 2018, those who refuse to participate in military service without an excuse can face imprisonment of 1 month to 1 year, or a fine as well. As for Qatar Naval Forces, unable to support a large military, Qatar relies on a smaller mobile force that can quickly repel incursions into its territorial waters. However, the Iran-Iraq war saw attacks on shipping just outside the country's territorial waters, underscoring its vulnerability. The Qatar Navy includes its coast guards, marine police, and coastal artillery. The current fleet of the Qatari Emiri Navy consists of ships manufactured from Italy, like corvette, and offshore patrol vessels from Turkey and France, like fast attack crafts. In Feb 2020, Qatar made a memorandum of understanding with the Italian defense company Confrontieri to acquire submarines and aircraft carriers based on $5 billion signed in 2017. Now, for the procurement channels, there are 3 major parties for procuring military security and defense equipment, which are: number 1, Ministry of Interior, formed in 1970, and is the governmental authority responsible for providing overall peace and security within the state of Qatar. A lot of departments come under MOI as well, like civil defense and police. For internal security forces, Lakhwaya, formed in 2004 with the main mission of maintaining stability and security in the country and mobilizing in response to security threats against the states. This includes terrorism and other acts that may threaten Qatar's internal security. Third one is Defense Affairs, Ministry of Defense before, contains most important and strategic procurement departments, which is Qatar Armed Forces, Qatar Naval Forces, Emiri Forces, Borderland Forces, and Land Forces, etc. In addition to that, Qatar have launched in 2018 Barzan's Holding, which is wholly owned by the Qatar Ministry of Defense. Barzan Holding acts as the procurement arm for Qatar's Ministry of Defense on strategic projects and has offices and investments overseas. As for the main procurement scheme, we have the big value purchases that comes under bids and tenders. Here we can note that most, if not all, of the defense supply equipment that have a high value or quantity are usually been requested by a public tender for RFQs and ordering. Special orders can be ordered directly by the approval of Emir or Prime Minister. The most popular purchases in the recent decade are military electronics and cyber systems, anti-ballistic missile systems, guided air-to-air and air-to-ground missiles, light tactical armored vehicles, special forces helicopters, and generation of fighter aircrafts. Now, as an extra note for the procurement section, we would like to point the followings. Tender through MOI can be shown publicly through their website, portal.moi.gov.qa. Other ministries' tenders, including some of MOI tenders, can be found on the Qatari government procurement portal, which is munaqasat.moaf.gov.qa. Tender bond is usually 10% from the main contract budget. Tender winners usually are the companies that provide the lowest prices with the best quality and global experience. Finally, I would like to thank you for joining us today, with our best wishes to have a successful business in your journey. Have a great day.